Today I'm with Teron Foster. He's the University Relations Recruiter of TEKsystems. Hi, Teron. Thank you so much for being here. Why you don't tell us a little bit about TEKsystems and what do you do there?
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm super excited about it. So just a little bit about Tech Systems, who I am. Again, my name is Teron Foster, University Relations Recruiter for Tech Systems. Tech Systems is the leading IT staffing and solutions provider in the nation. Number one in our industry when it comes to IT staffing. And what that means is we're like that middleman where we're partnering. I like to consider us like a celebrity IT job matchmaker where we're partnering on one end of the spectrum, we're partnering with Fortune 500 organizations to understand, hey, what do you want to bring into your company from an IT perspective? So we're doing business development, on those specific clients, such as Wells Fargo, Disney is a huge client, Apple, Google. So we're working with those specific clients. And then on the opposite end, we are networking with the local IT market, IT professionals in the area to understand, hey, what do you want to bring into your company from an IT perspective? And then also understanding more about their skill set, understanding, building that relationship, building that rapport with the IT professional to understand, hey, maybe one of our clients will be a perfect fit for you. And we just bridge them together. That's a little bit about tech and myself.
Awesome. So when you're looking at a prospective intern or employee's resume, what are some signs that you may want to call them for an interview?
Yeah. So I think that just goes back to involvement on campus, specifically when it's a new grad, involvement on campus and work experience and or internship experiences also is what I look into. So with that, right, it's just a way, it's a competitive way to set yourself apart. So when I'm looking into those different things, I want to know specifically on the resume, I love to see numbers. I love to see different things or action items that you have taken throughout the internship, on your, job or whatever it may be, to see how you change the process, to see how you improve the process, or even just to, measure your, just mainly to measure your, how the internship or that specific work experience went for you over the past summer, year, or whatever. For instance, so let's say you're a supply chain student and you had an internship at ABC Supply Company. I don't know. And so with that, what happened over that summer? So, hey, I, Teron Foster, interned here, and I was able to implement a process that saved the company 30% of time, right? So I want to see those type of things. And if I do see those things, like I've cold called like a million candidates within a day, or, I, ranked number one out of my internship class. Them are the things that I look for and that stand out for me on a resume.
Awesome. So how important is a potential candidate's LinkedIn to your hiring process? Equal to a resume or less or more important?
Yeah, great question. I would definitely say equal. As a recruiter, I log into, of course, I work from home now, COVID-19, but I pull up my laptop, I pull up our internal database, and my second platform that I go to is LinkedIn. And I go to LinkedIn, that's the main thing that I use to source candidates. And it's the main thing that I use to look at candidate profiles to understand experiences as well. So.
Okay, great. So what kind of internships do you have for business majors, technical and not technical?
Okay, yeah. So no real technical internship opportunities with Tech Systems. We mainly, for our from the internal perspective, we mainly, so the internship opportunity is a 10-week program over the summer. It's offered to junior candidate or junior standing students. And so the internship opportunity is pretty much the technical recruiting role. So although it's an internship, we'll put you in the role of a technical recruiter, so you'll understand the basis of how to recruit, so you'll understand how to network, how to build relationships, start understanding that IT terminology. No IT experience is required. I was a marketing and sales student in undergrad, and we'll get you caught up on everything you'll need to know how to have those conversations with IT professionals, and all that good stuff. But yeah, 10-week program. We have some projects within that 10-week time frame as well. So overall, it's a great internship experience. If you're looking for sales experience, if you're looking for a recruiting type experience, then this is definitely the internship that you want to consider.
Awesome. That sounds great. So has Tech hired an integrated business graduate before?
Yeah, we love IB students. The thing that I love about IB students is they're so well rounded, and they really take the time to understand or figure out like, hey, what do I want to do? So I could take an accounting class, I can take marketing, I could go into a intro to sales course or something like that, and it's more of a well rounded experience, which I can appreciate.
Great. So what are some skills that your company looks for in a potential hiring candidate?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I'd say there are some main things that us as recruiters from TEKsystems, not just us, but here at TEKsystems that we look for when we are looking into potential candidates. And it all boils down to a couple things for us. And those main things are number one, perseverance. It's a tough job. It is sales at the end of the day, or it's sales driven, or it's production driven. So it can, be a little tough. So you have to figure out those ways. We look for those ways that you have those qualities to persevere through those hard times. So having that presence, having that influence, having those communication skills are super important. Having drive is super important. Again, it's tough. So showing that work ethic, showing that ambition, showing that effort, showing that resilience, showing that competitiveness side, and showing that you are money motivated is equally as important as well. Being a team player, we are a team-driven environment, so we always are doing happy hours, team building events. Developing others is huge, and we're committed to serving our partners and serving our internal teams and our external teams as well. And then just self-awareness, which I think is the most important, thing or quality that we look for, is being, understanding your humility, but also understanding you're aware of your strengths and you're aware of your weaknesses as well. But you're aware of your weaknesses to the point there where you're working to figure out how can I turn this into a strength, and that's where the team player characteristic comes into play, because this is where we'll be able to give and receive feedback from our partners like, hey, I'm struggling with this, can you help me out? And so we are a huge open communication type or organization, so being able to give that honest and open direct feedback is super super important to us. So them are a couple qualities.
Awesome. So how helpful is for job candidates' chances to get hired to have at least one internship on their resume?
I'd say so. I didn't have internships when I was graduating school. So I think it is. Now you will definitely be more competitive if you do have a specific internship experience, like within sales, business development, recruiting. Of course, that'll catch my eye first. But if you've been working throughout your, there are other things that I look for. Is what I'm getting to. So let's say if I didn't have, because I didn't have an internship, but I was super involved on campus. I was an SGA. I was the president of a couple student organizations, was super involved on campus. I was an orientation leader. Outside of that, I worked almost full time. I worked at a local, credit union where I was helping with their marketing and member service representatives. Where I was doing sales on that side. So I look for things just outside of internships per se, but you will definitely set yourself apart if you do have those internship experiences.
Great. So do you take past and related job experience into account, things like retail or restaurant?
Yeah, 100%, because those roles are tough. Let me tell you, working in retail, it's tough. You're working with customers. Working in the restaurant industry is tough when you're serving. Bartending, working for tips. Those things are super super tough, and definitely things that I look into as well.
Awesome. So
Hmm.
when interviewing a prospective employee, what are some actions that can make that prospective stand out?
Okay, you said what are some?
Some actions.
Yeah. So some actions that people can take to set themselves apart. I love when candidates are open with me, right? They're open in the aspect of, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Because one thing that happens as from a recruiter side is we'll get into this thing where we'll reach out to, let's say I reach out to you, Maria. I'm on LinkedIn. Hey, are you interested in opportunities? Maria responds and says, hey, yeah, I'm interested in opportunities. Let's talk about this sales driven role. But hey, Maria wants to go into accounting. Why, really? So, right. So when we have those conversations and they're not as open with me and they try to fit into the role instead of just being open around what they want, because little do they know, I know of opportunities. Our corporate offices in Baltimore that are accounting driven. So I can easily forward your information to our corporate recruiter in our Baltimore offices. But just because you weren't open, right, and you're forcing yourself into this role, now you're going through an interview process for a role that you're not interested in. So just being open with me or with the recruiters is super important. Outside of that, take some time to understand or reach out to some people within the organization, on LinkedIn. Hey, I'm interested in hearing more about TEKsystems. I have a phone interview set up with Teron Foster, hypothetical situation, and I want to learn more about TEKsystems. I want to learn more about your experience with TEKsystems. It's just so you can start connecting the dots on the earlier end. And so, yeah, that's what I would, advise.
Great. So my last question is, what are some things that a college student that is interested in working for your company can do to get their foot in the door?
Yeah. So I'd say if you're interested in with TEKsystems, definitely go to our website, our internal careers. We have a ton of opportunities. We're always hiring. We never stop hiring. So if you are definitely interested, please let us know. You can reach out to me. And then I can definitely forward your information to whomever or to whatever region you're interested in. We have over 120 offices across the nation. So you name a major city, we are there. So yeah, so definitely just reach out. TEKsystems. You can even go to TEKsystems, type in, recruiter or university recruiter or talent acquisition at TEKsystems. I'm pretty sure some of my team members will pop up, and just reach out to us. We love to have new messages, new notifications on LinkedIn. So yeah.
Awesome, Teron. Those were all my questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much, Maria.